Hello, everyone, and welcome to Extraordinary Adventures. This is another episode of Tips and Tricks. My name is Laura, and I am a travel agent that specializes in cruises. One of the questions that I get asked most often is, can I cruise without a passport? And the answer is maybe. And I know that's vague, but let me explain the reasons why. First, are you a United States citizen? Second question is, are you cruising from a United States port, and are you cruising into and out of the exact same port? Because that is considered a closed loop cruise, as opposed to if you are starting in like California and you're ending in Miami, that's considered not a closed loop because it doesn't begin and end in the exact same port. So depending on that answer, the answer is sometimes you need a passport and sometimes you don't. And then the next question is, what countries are you visiting when you go on your cruise? Because some countries may require that you have a passport. So with all of those questions at play, it's really hard to say, yeah, you can definitely cruise without a passport, or no, you need a passport. So my recommendation is to contact your travel professional if you've already booked your cruise. And if you have not yet booked your cruise, feel free to reach out to me or one of my associates at Extraordinary Adventures. We would love to help plan your cruise, and we can definitely answer that question for your specific cruise. But with that being said, let me go over some reasons why, even though you may not need a passport, you're going to want to have a passport. And it all comes down to whether or not you can get back to the United States if you have an issue. So heaven forbid the ship experiences mechanical issues and says we can no longer cruise. We're putting everybody in Mexico for the day, and you're going to have to. We'll pay for transportation to get you back to the U.S., but you can't be on the ship anymore. You have to get off the ship. If you don't have a passport, you're not going to be able to fly home. Even if they're providing transportation for you, you're not going to be able to fly home without a passport. Heaven forbid, also, you're having a really fun time at Señor Frog's in Cozumel. You don't realize what time it is, and you're like, oh, we're going to miss the ship. We're running to the ship. And as we get to the pier, they're called pier runners, and they're running trying to get to the ship as the ship is sailing away. If your next stop is the United States and you need to get home, if you don't have a passport, you are not going to be able to fly to the United States. Heaven forbid you have a medical emergency and they need to medevac you back to the U.S. If you don't have a passport, you're not getting back. Let's say you're on an excursion and there's a really bad car accident, and you're the only road back to the ship is blocked, and you're not going to make it, and the ship sails away. If you don't have a passport, you're not getting back to the United States. So what you're going to have to do is go to the U.S. Embassy in that country, and it usually takes several days. You're going to have to fill out a bunch of paperwork. It's going to be very expensive, and it's all going to be your cost. They're not going to help pay for these things. So it just really makes life a lot easier if you travel with a passport. And another tip that we recommend is that a lot of people, when they bring their passports, they just lock them in their safe, and they don't bring them on excursions. But if you don't bring them on an excursion with you, it's not really going to help you if something happens and you're stuck in Mexico. So we really do recommend bringing them with you. And I know a lot of people are leery about that because of pickpocketers, and heaven forbid, who knows what, you lose it while you're in the country. But my recommendation is then either like a money belt where you can put it in so that pickpocketers can't get to it, or there's this amazing it's called Scotty vest, and this is not a paid endorsement, but they're actual like travel vests with like hidden pockets inside that pickpocketers just cannot get to, and so you zip it up, and they just can't get to it, and that's another way for you to be able to like ensure that your passport is safe. So those are just some recommendations from us. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. If you'd like us to help plan your next extraordinary cruise adventure, we would love to help you do that too. If you like these videos and you'd like to see more of them, please like and subscribe with the notification bell on. That lets us know that you like what we're doing and we should keep on doing it. So with that, I hope you all found this information helpful, and bye for now.